Understand that the world does not care about your feelings, about your dreams, hopes and aspirations, how you feel, what you've gone through, your life story. People and life do not care. So suck it up, and as a man, you need to understand this cold hard truth so that you need to know how to navigate in your path and way forward. Hi, welcome back to the Manosphere Paradigm, the channel where we learn to level up in health, wealth, relationships, and hobbies. I'd like you to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, as well as the notification bell, and so that you can be informed when I drop content on a weekly basis and not to miss out. So welcome back, let's go. Today I'll be talking about, and I'll be explaining about, why the world does not care about you. Sometimes we tend to get so wrapped in ourselves that we think that everyone's looking at us, watching what we do, everyone is aware of what's going on in our lives, but people are just living their own lives and everyone is doing what they do. Sometimes we want to share our life stories with people and we do it with the wrong people at the wrong times, and some information gets out. So in this video we'll be talking about why you should stop sharing so much with everyone else and need to keep things private so that you can focus on where you want to be and not have too many people knowing about your business, and understanding that in most instances people do not care what you have to say. People do not care about your emotions, about how you feel. The only people that do care is the people that's close to you, your family, your maybe the close friends that you have. But in general, you need to understand the world does not evolve around you, and as men we quickly understand that. And one thing that you need to continually to do is understand and be self-conscious about where you are, what your emotional state is, and how to get through certain things and deal with certain things. So from the start, one of the big things is emotions. In today's day and age, a lot is pushed for men to be in touch with their feminine side. You know what? You need to be in touch with your emotions. Women would constantly tell you they want a sensitive guy that's understanding. That is what they say, but when it comes to what they go for, they go for the total opposite. So you need to understand and make sure that you do not fall into the trap by being too emotional and sharing too much emotion when you're in front of female friends or your female, when it is your girlfriend or your wife. Yes, when there is a situation you do feel emotion, you can, if you need to let go and it is too unbearable, you can let go. But I would suggest that one of the big things on my channel that I push is to make sure that you have a hobby and a passion, so that you can go and spend that time away from everyone else, deal with that emotion that you're going through, deal with what is currently in your life that you need to process, and basically come back and being able to give back to others around you again. That is one of the important things. We get told, you know what, you need to share your emotions. Please, you need to just be in touch with who you are and not boil things up. You know, that is when things happen and men go crazy and they do the weird things and they do the bad things of maybe offing themselves and everyone else around them. So ultimate thing I would suggest that you do is you need to focus on, you know, the emotion that you're currently feeling, how it makes you feel, and the best way to just lift your spirit. That's the next thing that you need to focus on, and make sure that you don't get stuck in that rut, in feeling that depression and feeling that you can't go anywhere and then you go into the negative. You need to constantly have that abundance mindset and then understand that whatever you're going through and the emotion that you're feeling at the moment is something that's temporary, and you need to do something physically to change and alter your state so that you can feel, you can do some fitness, you can do something that you enjoy, so that you can lift up your spirit and you can have your endorphins kick in, so you can feel good about yourself, and then focus and put that energy elsewhere other than focusing on the negative, going down that destructive path and just constantly being in your emotion. Because as a man, that is extremely unattractive to be constantly in your emotion, and if you do it long enough where you constantly in your emotions, constantly showing your emotions in front of your girlfriend or your wife, it becomes unattractive and they lose attraction for you over time. It doesn't happen overnight, but all of a sudden you will be told certain things will change, and the way they deal with you and the way they interact with you and the affection that you used to get will change, because you are now being in your feminine frame and you are now forcing them to be in your masculine. So you need to understand how you need to gauge, to not go into your emotions too often, too frequently. You need to become stoic, where you need to understand to pull yourself, to hold yourself. That's something I always advocate for, and not be too much emotional, so that you can be this, you know what, I feel good because I'm so in my emotion. That's what you want, right? No, you need to be a man. And you need to stand up so that you can be the rock that she can look to, and she knows when shit goes down and times are tough and there is struggle, that she knows she can look at you. You will be that duck that will on top of the water, you will be cool and calm. Underneath, you are frantically paddling. That is how you need to be as a man. You need to be that rock, and you need to be the rock for your family, for your girlfriend, and even for society. We translate further than that, because if we panic and we lose our head and lose our shit, everyone else around us is going to do the same. So we need to be strong, and we need to be the front runners in being the lead for our families, for society as a whole. So stop being too emotional. Understand that no one cares how you feel, but deal with your emotion in a constructive way and come back to give it your next shot. That brings me to where we as men need to understand there is a burden of performance on us as men. We need to make sure that we pull our socks up every day, every week, every month, and we come out guns blazing to be able to hit life with all we have. We do not have the luxury of having certain social conventions that protect us from feeling a certain way or being ridiculed a certain way. And case in point, as an example, I would use when it comes to fat shaming or body shaming. We have the narrative where they always say, or the narrative is being perpetuated, at the fact that, you know what, shaming people for being fat, that is bad and you are insensitive. But the funny thing is, it always applies to women. But the same woman will never be attracted to a big and fat and overweight and guy that lives in the basement kind of guy. So you need to start waking up, men. The burdens of performance lies with us as men. If you are too fat and you're overweight and you're unhealthy, you need to get your ass to the gym. If you can't get to gym, if you can't afford the gym, you can start walking around the block. And once you start getting that into your routine, you can start running. And once you've got that in your routine, you can escalate to what body type that you want. Because as you're going to get more fit, you're going to start feeling good about yourself and want to push yourself. So the burden of performance is us on men. We cannot complain and say, oh, I had this kind of life, I grew up in this area, I had this kind of upbringing, and this is the reason why I can't. We as men cannot have that. We have to transcend and excel our environment no matter what. That is what is expected of us. But it is what it is. It's unfair, but you know what? Life is unfair, and we need to give ourselves the best option to be able to get to the next level in making sure that we cover the basics. Like I always say, you start with fitness. When you feel good about yourself, you get into certain hobbies that makes you want to get up and get you motivated. You focus, number one, on your purpose. If you've got too much time and you're saying life is boring, you've got too much time in your hands and you need to get going with your purpose. Do the things that you want, that's gonna bring you a long-term gain. Have those small victories, you're gonna gain more confidence, you're gonna be able to go do the things that you set out to do, and the goals and dreams that you want to, you'll be able to have the energy to be able to go out and get it. So we need to understand that there's a burden of performance on us. And the burden of performance is on us to deliver as men, to push through. That is one thing I always say. We as men, our nature is to push through and break through barriers, if you know what I mean. that is one of the things that we as men are designed. It's in our DNA. It's what we're wired for, to break through walls, break through things, and to break through and penetrate things. That is our nature, and that is us as masculine men. So we need to make sure that we pull up our socks, understand that the burden performance is on us, and we need to deliver. Women out here, our family, our friends, society wants men that comes out and kicks ass, and are men that is confident and know what the hell they want. You know what? So that is one of the big reasons that this channel and the Manosphere Paradigm is what I've created, so that I can create a voice to that and just encourage and spur on men that is maybe just lost that fire within them, but to understand that, you know what, it's never the end, and you can always start and kickstart whatever career, whatever business idea, whatever you wanted to do, you can push and go through and get going. The main thing that I want you to get from this video is that we need to, as men, we need to cultivate and always push to make sure you have that mindset of that tough mindset. That mindset that can push through certain tough times when you have certain hectic things happen in your life. You maybe lose a family member with this pandemic. It's been very difficult for family to be able to get through life and be able to focus on getting things done in their lives and running and just living normally, because maybe you've lost a family, a very close immediate family member, and it affects your life, and dealing with that emotion is difficult. So you need to give you some time to just be able to get over it, but also understand that life is still waiting for you, and there's still things that needs to be done, and people out there that's depending on you. So you need to understand there's a certain level of mental toughness that we need to constantly cultivate and try and make sure that we do the basics of keeping ourselves healthy, keeping our mind sharp, keeping our focus on the things that we want to do, our purpose, making sure that we use each and every day, each and every hour, every minute to its full potential, and that we have that mental toughness to be able to stand as a rock for others, and also to assist others if they are ones that are weak, that we can pick up. That is us as men, that burden of performance, that burden of standing in that gap when it's tough, where we ourselves at times feel that we can't anymore, but you know what, we just have to suck it up and just be there. That is one of the shitty things for that us as men have to go through. But you know what? It's also the most rewarding, because we can see how others depend on us, how we deliver for them, how we are there for them. So I hope you enjoyed that video from the Manosphere Paradigm, the channel where we learn to level up in health, wealth, relationships, and hobbies. And today's talk was just to help you to understand that, you know what? No one cares. They really don't. And all you need to do is focus on you, focus on what you want to achieve, understand that mental toughness that you need to cultivate, and also the burden of performance you have on you to be the best version and be the support and the rock for society, your family, and the people that depends on you. So you know what? Go out there, be the best version, understand, you know what? Shit, no one gives a crap about you. And it is what it is. Life's unfair, but you're gonna go out there and you're gonna crush it. So thanks for coming out. Drop in the comments tell me basically what stood out for you in this video. What are the things that you always feel shit, God, life is unfair, and the things that you feel that, you know what, why is it us as men always have to go through? Go in the comments, vent a bit, rant a bit, let me know. But once you're done with it, get back on your purpose, go back to what you know you're supposed to do, and get back to being that person that is someone that people can depend on, and people know that you are the rock. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for popping in, and I want you to join me in some other videos that I can suggest that you can go try out, that will definitely just help you on this journey in being and leveling up, whether in health, wealth, relationships, and hobbies. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.